We actually are now forwards already. Um, thank you for joining us. Can you
Yeah,
quickly
so
just
you know,
run through your teams, your
With a
Premier
huge running
League
leg.
11?
11.
And by the way, we're not changing that defense and that now. So just
No,
give
we're
us
not.
your opinion. Yeah, just give us your opinion.
Your Premier League 11. Just give it to us quickly. What you say
Uh,
is your best, and we'll dispute that.
Yeah, we will. We'll fight you.
you're just gonna. Everyone's gonna point the arrows at me and their strategies at me. Is that it's gonna go? Yeah.
Yup.
Exactly.
Oh man. Um, Goalkeeper Van der Sar.
Can't fight you
Okay.
for that.
Hey,
Check. It
yeah,
is
yeah,
check,
okay.
no, but I can't fight you for
Yeah,
that.
cool. No, nobody's fighting me on that one.
No.
well, we ended up with Czech, but Van der Sar was a very close second.
Yeah.
We ended up with Czech. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
But
You know,
Van
I'm
der
not gonna
Sar-
argue that he is outstanding. So he was
Okay.
outstanding. So left back Ashley Cole.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a
No,
bit quiet.
no,
By the way,
no.
by the way, Kieran's old enough to know Dennis
I
Irving.
will-
By the way,
I will lose.
I know Dennis Irwin. I know Dennis Irwin. But for me, like Ashley Cole was just that guy, man. Like
I will
it's
give up
hard.
Ryan
Candace,
Giggs,
you
but
can
I'm
go
not
through the
giving up.
stats later. You
I
can go
am
through the
not
stats later.
giving
It's
up
hard.
Dennis Owen. I'll give up
It's
Ryan
hard.
Giggs,
It's
but I
hard.
ain't giving up Owen.
My centre backs Ferdinand
yup.
Yes.
Okay.
Can't fight you for
Yeah,
that.
can't
Yeah.
argue
We
with
had
that.
him.
and Terry.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what we had.
Yeah, I know most people think being a United fan, everyone was think I say Vidic, but
I said Vidic,
Okay.
and I'm an
It's the
Arsenal.
exact same argument we had.
I have to go with Terry, man. I have to go with Terry.
Yeah, we did as well.
Right back.
Right back.
Are you still there or you lost?
Yeah, nah. um, Gary was good, yeah, but
Who did you go with? Just tell us who you went.
but my man, Ivan, fam. It's like
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. That's what I said as well. I respect it.
Ivan.
It's time.
Wait, don't be shy. Don't be shy.
He
We all
was
people
different
here.
gravy. He was different gravy, man.
Who ended
He
up
was
with Gary
different
Neville?
gravy.
We all went Gary Neville at the end.
Yeah.
but,
Ended up with Gary Neville, yeah.
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 It was
I-
almost
I
my
said
own.
Ivanovic. I said Ivanovic,
But
but I understood. I allowed Gary Neville because I understood.
You
what
get
he
it.
done.
It makes sense. It makes
Yeah.
sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we all gave a shout out to Ivanovic for his.
We did.
Okay. For me, midfielders.
Midfield, by the way.
My first midfielder on the sheet will always, and like without that, have to be Paul Scholes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
No,
you.
absolutely,
Cheers.
100%.
Thank you. Lovely.
Every time, Paul Scholes. I'm sorry.
We had Skull. Yes, we had Skull.
Makalele.
Ooh.
Oh, that's actually not a bad shout, but
It's not
yeah.
bad, but I wouldn't put him over Vieira for what Vieira's
Yeah,
done.
I wouldn't put
Makalele
him
was
on
actually.
Yeah. No, you know what? No, for me, like obviously, I'm just thinking like if I build this team and how I want them to play, like this is my team, innit? So
Okay.
like
You know, he was my favorite Chelsea player before Lampard.
Iggs will tell you I favour speed over strength, but yeah, it's very close. It's not to take anything away from Vieira or anything like that. It's just my personal preference. I say Makalele.
You know who?
Go on.
You know who we never mentioned as well. Now that you speak about him, Yaya Toure.
Listen, I
Yeah, this is.
really
I love Yaya. I wish for years that we had signed Yaya. I love Yaya, guys.
One second,
wish United
before-
had signed him. Yeah.
Let's go around the table quickly. Stuart, your take on Yaya Toure now that we're talking about it.
Yaya Toure, incredible player. I would have loved to have had him in my team.
I think
but
anyone would have.
I honestly just think, like, from an overall perspective and from a Premier League influence perspective, I went Vieira over Yaya. I would go Yaya over Makalele. I love Makalele.
I also love Makalele.
In that position, and he reinvented the whole thing with like the defensive midfield position.
You see with Yaya, his
Kante
best
has
spell was
kind
when
of
he
made
played
it a little
midfield.
bit better, but
Yeah.
Makelele for me was the best in that
I
position.
wouldn't have picked
of all time.
Yaya or Mark, but yeah, they are quality. They are such quality.
Yaya
Like,
was
Yaya
the
could
second
play
for
that
me
defensive
for
midfield role, but when he played centre midfield and that season where he scored like 22 and 10,
Yes.
when he got forward and that, when he let him get forward.
Whoa.
Them passes he used to do, them hidden passes. Oh my days.
Yaya was whoa.
Yaya
Wow.
was, and again, he wasn't built like a footballer for me. He was tall and lanky, and his legs always seemed like they were too much. But he was incredible.
But
He really was.
He just made it work. He just made it work. He's
Right,
one of them guys, man.
It's interesting.
But,
Alright, so continue.
So this is the funny thing. So as great as Yaya was, he didn't make my squad. I put Gerrard in as my third. So looking at 4-3-3.
Okay, we ended up going with Lampard, but okay.
Yeah,
Lampard.
I argued for Gerrard.
So for me personally, this is just me personally. My top two Premier League midfielders are always Scholes and Gerrard.
Can we tell you why we didn't go with Gerrard?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, well, I just said it, and then they agreed with me. Gerrard was more of a continental player. I think Gerrard was amazing in Europe, but Premier League wise, and the fact that Gerrard didn't win a Premier League title, and if we're doing a Premier League 11, Lampard.
Yeah, no, I get that. But at the same time, like just looking at him as a footballer, I get accolades. Like they obviously play a big part in a lot of players' roles, but like John O'Shea's got titles, and do you know what I mean? Like he's never gonna make anyone's list. So it's like, yeah, I mean, so it's like,
but Eric, but we're not talking about Lampard's fluke. Lampard did a lot for those Premier League titles, and
for me, what Lampard did, yeah, he was good, but for me, he's like one thing that everybody loved about him. Mainly, the main thing everyone loved about him was that he'd score goals, his late runs to the box, and that, and he'd get you a lot of goals from midfield. But with Gerrard, you're gonna get goals anyway. But at the same time, it's like this guy is just his engine, his vision, his leadership, like his work rate. Like he just, like for me, that he's capabilities.
Can I say something though? I feel Lampard did exactly the same, but in a quieter way, so people didn't speak about him. Lampard didn't kiss the cameras. Lampard didn't over.
I don't know. I think Lampard did a lot of the basics, like quite similar, but I feel like just I don't know. Just when I watch it, I just feel like I just saw Gerrard give more and do more. And maybe it is because of the fact that he didn't win the Prem, but he still maintained his level. He didn't leave and go and try and pick up the trophy elsewhere. And like with some of the teams that Liverpool's had, which haven't, like some of them teams haven't been really good, to be able to stand out in them teams and like do your job.
Well, let's be honest. Until Chelsea got money, they didn't really have much of a great team either.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, that's until the money came.
Jimmy Floyd, Hasselbank, and Ida Goodjohnson, and
those were great players. Gianluca Vialli.
Johnson was. I think Johnson was a quality player to me.
Damien Duff.
Okay, but well, we're not gonna change it now. Guys, I'm not fighting you. I'm not fighting you.
I'm not saying to change, but this is just my personal.
100%. I hate Liverpool, and I extremely dislike Steven Gerrard.
Good energy, I like
that. But I can definitely appreciate Gerrard as a player. I just feel that Gerrard was always the better continental player.
Okay, fine.
Fair enough.
Hold on. Morning. Before we move on, I want to ask Candace one question, because Candace has been banging on about Gerrard not winning a Premier League, and that's why he can't be in the team.
No, it's not that. But if we're looking at stats for a lot of things,
I'm going to ask you one question.
All right, go on.
If you had to pick a World 11, would you exclude Ronaldo and Messi because they haven't won World Cups?
No, but that's
no, you can't. You can't.
That was a valid question.
It's a valid question, but let's look at the rules. If we're saying a World 11 according to how they played for the national sides, then I wouldn't pick Messi, because Messi hasn't been incredible for Argentina. But if we're talking about a World 11 according to what they do for their clubs, then yes, I'm going to pick Messi. But if we're
Okay,
talking
would you
about
pick Ronaldo
international,
if you're talking a World 11, what they've done for their country? Would you
yes,
pick
because Ronaldo has
Ronaldo?
played. Stuart Ronaldo's played extremely well for Portugal. Ronaldo's carried Portugal 2 finals and won it. Messi hasn't done that.
Well, let's be real. Ronaldo did not play in that Euro
And
final.
also, yeah, he didn't. But
He didn't
also,
play in that
he
final,
basically.
but he did
And I'm
alright.
gonna be
managed.
Let's not
Yeah,
forget.
and also I'm gonna be
World
100%
Cup.
honest. I've always felt that the Euros are a stronger competition than the World Cup.
Fair
Let's
enough.
Let's not forget Higuain. That I hate him so much. Cost Messi 2 the World Cup because he should have scored in 90 minutes.
Did. Yeah, he did.
And the Copa America. One fat guy should have put them in. Should have won.
But that's why I'm saying you can't just say World 11. You have to look at it in context. If we're talking a World 11 based on their club football, then yes, Messi's gonna walk into it. If we're talking World 11 based on
okay, but international, I wouldn't put Ronaldo.
You're gonna put him over Muller and Pele.
So
guys,
we can
let me finish my list.
We can leave this discussion for next week
for another time.
The World 11.
Okay.
So
damn, I need to get my pen and paper for that one. Jeez, World 11.
Before you continue, and I hope you come on time for that one. Stuart, do you just want to finish off your statement about your front three first before we move on to Kieran's?
Oh, I went Henry, and if anybody disagrees, they can, not watch.
No, I don't think anyone disagrees.
No.
I went Shearer just off the back of 260 goals in the Premier League, playing with decent teams, but not like mind-blowing teams where you had midfield guys that could give him balls on a plate. His goals, 260 goals with Norberto Solano and Laurent Robert giving him balls and flipping Gary Speed. That just shows the class that guy had. So I had him up front, and then Rooney, I think, just because of his number one, his goal against Arsenal, his first Premier League game for Everton when he was 16, and he scored that cracker against Arsenal.
Yeah.
And then he's just kept that the whole way through the Premier League. He kept that.
It's interesting. Cool.
Jess, your front three.
All right. So on the right, Ronaldo.
Cheers. That's what I've got as well.
Just that guy. Like, nothing to be said really. A
few things, but carry on.
There's a lot to
be said. There's a lot to be said.
All right, we'll touch that. We'll touch that.
But carry
on. All right. So my preference here. This is a bit of a biased one, yeah. But I will never put any left mid or left wing over Giggs.
Thank you.
There's a reason. There's a reason for that. If you want to do a quick history lesson, that's fine. Iggs was asking me about this the other day. But
I love you. You came with receipts.
Yeah, always, man. Come on.
Yeah, you should see my notepad.
Giggs' best season in the Prem was 13 goals and 7 assists.
We'll get to
as
that.
a left winger.
I'm waiting for your history lesson. Come
for
on.
me, like it has to be Henry.
Henry?
No, of course, yeah.
I was waiting for that.
I would meet you.
So you're gonna tell me you're not gonna have a Kun Aguero, you're not gonna have an Alan Shearer, you're not gonna have a Wayne Rooney to accommodate Giggs as your left winger.
No.
As your left winger, we understand what Giggs has done for 20 years, longevity, playing at a really great club, etc., etc., etc.
Bro, like it's like for me, yeah. I look at this
as a left winger.
Look it like this, yeah.
Yeah.
Look it like this, yeah. I have to have Giggs on the side, innit? Yeah. But how do you drop Henry, fam?
Exactly.
How can you?
No, but Iggs. How do you drop Henry?
Wait. That's it. Wait, but the same way, yeah. We're looking at Gary Neville, and we're like,
yeah.
The only reason why Gary Neville stays is because there is not
that many. There was never.
The Premier League has had shit right backs, and the ones that have been there haven't been there long enough to say.
Well, we have Aspilicueta. 100%. Don't forget.
100%.
But that's the only reason.
No, but if I was gonna pick, like, so right, obviously, I'll explain to you my Giggs pick and that, yeah. But if I wasn't being biased, if I was to pick maybe like if I thought just quality, yeah, Henry'd have to be on my wing, on my left wing.
Yeah.
And then as a striker, it's got to be Kun, you know.
Bro, he's a devil.
It's got to be Kun. It's got to be Kun.
4 Prem titles in 8-9
Like
years.
Shearer.
Whoa.
Oh, guys.
Hello.
We lost.
I think he'll come back. He better come back. I think the one thing with Giggs, and I think this is what sticks with me, is at 38 years old, he was still walking into a top side.
He
We're not
wasn't
made to do that.
walking into
But,
our side.
but I
He
don't
wasn't.
mind. But he was with Giggs, and I think this is what sticks with me, is at 38 years old, he was still walking into a top side.
He
We're not made
wasn't
to do that.
walking into our side.
But I
He
don't
wasn't.
mind. But he was. But I don't mind losing him.
He
He
wasn't.
was though.
He wasn't.
And it,
He actually wasn't. Do you remember when he was 30? It was his last season at Man United.
yeah.
When did he retire? Do you know what team we had? We had Van Persie, we had Wayne, we still had the likes of Nani, we still had the likes of Park Ji-sung, Scholes, Carrick, underrated legend. Like he wasn't walking into that team.
But he played. A 38-year-old playing for Manchester United.
Yeah,
what 38-year-old would be in a squad for Liverpool?
But then,
or
wait,
Arsenal?
but remember,
in the midfield.
Remember, it's Sir Alex Ferguson though. Sir Alex Ferguson kept certain players because of their value to the team in a sense of leadership experience.
Yeah, I get that as
Some
well.
people
That's
were there.
Some people still there.
That's exactly. That's why guys like John O'Shea was still there.
And that's why
Ricky Barr,
Lauren Blanc came. Lauren Blanc came for the experience. It wasn't because he was great. I get that 100%. But that's why I'm saying I don't mind taking Giggs out. But there's no way I'm ever going to agree on putting Ronaldo in a Premier League 11.
No, there's no way Ronaldo can't be in it because Ronaldo made himself the best player in the world. What he
in
won
La Liga.
Ballon? He won Ballon d'Or in the Premier League.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was the last United player. He's only been four United players.
He was the last player to win it from the Premier League.
Yeah,
so you have to put that player in.
But that year he was incredible. Let's be honest, he was.
And you're not understanding. Ronaldo for 3 straight years was our best player, was our top goal scorer. Is everyone still there?
Fair enough. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, he was our best player for 3 years, top goal scorer for 3 years. Won us 3 Premier Leagues, 2 Champions League visits. Even though we're talking about, come on, like
we're looking at a Premier League. Premier League's a lot longer than 5 years.
Yeah, but
or 10 years.
that 3 years he done was incredible. I swear he's still. Well, how many goals did he score in his best season? Was it 30?
30 something.
Bro, come on. With the Ronaldo free kick, with iconic, come on. You can't not have Ronaldo in it.
I think what, a right winger or up front?
I'll put him as a right winger.
Right winger in the Prem. In the Prem, right winger.
On the left, I'll put Thierry Henry because Thierry Henry cutting in. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind that, but I
understand why Giggs was there though. I understand longevity. He won 11, 12 Prem titles. He's Mr. Man United.
And I literally understand why you don't want Giggs. I get that too, 100%. His stats are not as great, and I get that. And that's why I'm like, I don't mind Henry there because Henry's stats and Henry's football is just, it's delicious, if that's a good adjective.
So I think unanimously Thierry Henry makes the squad. That's end of
Rooney
story.
as well.
And then wait, we haven't discussed. So we got 3 people going Kun Aguero because one of my front 3 is Kun Aguero as well.
I also had Kun on my bench, but okay, you had Aguero.
The thing is, you see the likes of like Wayne, Giggs, Shearer. For one, these are all stayed in the Premier League, so I understand why they're on your list because their whole careers was in the Premier League.
Yeah, but we're looking at Premier League 11, so we have to actually only look at that.
When you look at it, obviously you have to put it into content of how long a player's been there and how successful it was there. When you look at it in a sense of once Aguero came to the Premier League, because we're not gonna be doing our best team on who's won the most accolades all the time, but when you look at it as their influence from that time, that person's been there and etc. When Aguero came to the league, he's been there for 9 seasons now, 8 seasons or 9 seasons. He's won 4 titles. He's scored nearly as many goals as Wayne Rooney has scored in 10 or like 8, 7, 10 less seasons, and he's won 4 titles for Man City. There was never really, obviously they spent the money, but they was never really meant to win a title.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd pick Kun over Shearer as well. So.
Oh my God!
I have to pick him over Shearer.
If I had to pick, if I'm looking at your guys and mine, then I'm gonna go Henry, Rooney, and Kun.
Like,
well, I'm gonna throw in one name. I'm gonna throw in one name in the mix. Didier Drogba.
No, get him out.
No.
I respect him. No. I love him. Get him out.
Sorry,
I do
Monet.
love
I think
Drogba, but get him out.
yeah, I also respect Drogba a lot, but I don't think.
Him.
Yeah.
I actually love Drogba. I can't lie to you, but get him out.
I think Drogba's amazing, but he doesn't make it. He doesn't make it.
If Drogba wasn't sent off that night, you would have won a Champions League as well. So yeah.
Okay. So quick vote. Jess, Drogba.
No.
Kieran, okay, Stuart. Kieran.
Yeah.
Drogba, in or out?
Oh man.
Out. X.
Out.
Who?
Drogba's
out.
Everyone is out. Okay. Yeah. So
you can take your Chelsea spine and go break it in half and throw it down the drain.
Wow.
Okay,
so I think the front three. So basically, what Stuart's talking about, my team basically had the Chelsea spine: Cech, Terry, Lampard, Drogba.
That's that.
That is just fine. That's just fine.
I think if we go with the front three, it's gonna be Terry, Rooney, Aguero.
Wait, who was this first one?
Thierry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm the same. Stuart, I think you're gonna lose Shearer. Yeah.
Shearer done 17 years in the league. You know, that's a lot.
260 goals. Man.
Yeah, Aguero's only 80 behind with like near 200 games and 3 more Prem titles.
How old is Aguero and how many years does he have left?
Come on. Aguero's still done less than 10 years of Shearer.
Sure, you're going to lose if we vote, so you're going to have to give us one up. I understand, though. I want
people to understand.
No,
accomplished scoring.
I think Alan Shearer is incredible
in a very competitive league with, I'd say, one decent Blackburn side that won the league that season under Dalglish when he had Sutton up front, and maybe 2-3 years of decent Newcastle side when they had Keegan and they were fighting for the league.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, Shearer had dog shit around him, and he still managed to score 260 goals in the Premier League.
It's a lot, but he played a long time.
Yeah, but Stuart, lots of strikers have dog shit around them at time and still do well. Marcus Rashford at the moment has had dog shit around him and he was still doing well.
I knew it was going to air that.
Yeah, but you know what I mean?
It was going to air that.
But you know what I mean? It's not always some strikers you make your own goals. And I think Kun, he's played with, it's incredible, but if you're gonna look at but we can't help it, it's not his fault. It's not his fault that he had good players around him.
You know, by the way, Harry Kane is 26. If he stays in the Premier League for the rest of his career,
I agree.
He is only 124 goals away from Alan Shearer.
I agree.
By the way, just saying.
Okay, okay.
He still has another. If Harry Kane does it, he still has another 6 years to go, at least.
Then he has to score. 20 goals a season every single season.
And he could
for 6-7 years. That's easily.
It's only
for Kane.
And it's only his injuries do let him down though.
Remember, Shearer played till 36-7, so.
Until somebody overtakes Shearer as the Premier League's goal scorer, Shearer will always be in my Premier League team.
Stuart. Stuart. Then until someone wins more than 13 league titles, then Ryan Giggs should be in the Premier League side. That's like the same logic.
No, because Giggs was like played the last 4 years under the back of Ferguson. Just loved him,
but it's the same logic. You're using the same logic.
If you move this to like basketball terms, the highest scorer is Karl Malone, but he's not the best player. Just saying.
Guys, I think that's the Kun Aguero, Terry, Rooney would be our front three. Candice, you agree with that?
Thierry.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Henry, Kun Aguero, and CR7.
No, Ronaldo's
Ronaldo can't be in mine either.
Wow, the best player.
What?
Let me know. I don't know what's going on.
Wait. I missed that bit, huh?
I'm confused.
So
The Ballon
it's a
d'Or winner.
voting system. It's a yeah. He's on the bench.
Wow,
Okay, I
you're
can.
not my
Okay,
bench.
Ronaldo.
my
Yeah.
original one. My original
You're
one
getting
was
stacked in the
Ronaldo, Rooney, and
morning.
Henry.
Uh,
I originally had Ronaldo, Rooney, and Henry without gigs. I had Ronaldo, but when you're talking about Kun the way you are, then I'm gonna take Ronaldo out and not
I
Kun.
can't. I have to take
'Cause
out Wayne. Wait.
I think
Oh my
I
god.
think Aguero's done more for his team over a longer period of time than Ronaldo has. But at the same time, I think Rooney did, and at the same time, Rooney did more for Manchester United over a longer period of time than Ronaldo did in the
Yeah, but
Premier League.
this is all for me. This is all looking at accolades and what
That's not fair. 'Cause that's
like
not fair.
I don't think that's fair because if you're looking at period of time, those who have been at their clubs longest are always going to have more say over
Of
those
course,
that didn't.
But then
but
when you
again,
look
So
at
if
it
you
like
that's
look
this,
why
at
we're
just
making.
like for example, if you look at hasn't Ronaldo had like the best season that any wingers had in the Premier League?
Mhm.
Yeah,
We
but
can
that's
talk
one
about Van
season.
Persie and his
Season's
one
not
season
Premier
too
League.
at United,
Like one
but
season means nothing.
yeah,
No,
That's
but
what I'm
that's what
saying.
no, but no, but that's what I'm
Three.
saying. Like I'm saying like so if you were to just go off by the best season, then the whole dynamic flips. Do you know what I mean? So like
I
just
do
Then
get
Salah
that.
will
just
be
in
in the
terms
winner
of
because Salah
But
quality
scored
of the
what, like
player
34 goals
individually,
this
not
season.
like what they did for their team over how long or whatever. Because then that all goes back to the Gerrard debate. No, they didn't win anything, but that guy played and carried that team. Like you
I
can't win the
get that.
Prem by yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't do it by
No.
yourself. So it's like he's made it to the level he's at without winning
Guys,
a
if you
Premier League
look at
title.
Ronaldo, if you look at that season of Ronaldo, Ronaldo played that well because Rooney played with him.
No, I'm not
I-
saying that these players don't like you don't get
Compliment
people that
each other.
compliment you and everything like that, stuff like that. That's a given.
But we
Yeah.
already knew who the guy was at
But
when
but
Ronaldo was
even
there.
even if Rooney wasn't there or like Tevez wasn't there and all that, like he was still a formidable player. Like he got sold for like world record fees and that. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't get that
Yeah.
just because somebody else complimented your style. Do you know what I mean?
Okay,
Like,
let's vote.
like you have to be that guy.
You want to
So
vote, and then we can take it from there.
we put it to a vote.
Yeah.
So Jess, you're going Ronaldo, Rooney,
Ronaldo.
Stewart,
Yeah.
Ronaldo, Rooney.
But then this is also sorry, just to add what I was gonna say as well is what like if you take Ronaldo out of your team, then the person you're putting has to play in his position, right? So
Not
that's to
necessarily.
say that well who like if
it kind of
you,
does.
Rooney
how
can play on the right.
who are you gonna play? That's this is what I mean. So for example, like the left winger situation, like guys are saying Henry or Giggs. So if it's not Giggs, then it's Henry. So if Henry's gonna play on the left, then you're gonna look at a striker. Let's say we've got Con as a striker or something like that. So there's only one position left.
So we throw in then if you want to put.
Okay,
'cause
well
you're
then if we're
putting
looking at
Ronaldo
right
as a right.
wingers, okay, if we look at
Because
right
if you
wingers,
just
then
say
we're
your
not
front
thinking.
three and you're gonna let them play like you still need that kind of responsibility. Like, are you playing right? Are you playing left? Are you the top man? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but that's for example, that's if the team was actually playing on the field. We are talking about what your favorite 11 is. So if
But you
it's
have
your
to
front
look.
three.
no, but I was saying your favorite 11. So obviously your front. But what my point being is like when your favorite 11, it's like you're picking a team sheet, innit? So when you pick your team sheet, you're not gonna pick like two right wingers to play in the same position.
Yeah. Well, you're
You're gonna
you
expect
could
one
put
of them to.
you
You're
could
gonna
put
pick this
Aguero.
winger to play on opposite side. Do you know what I mean?
You could
So
put
it's like
Aguero
saying
and
you're gonna
Henry.
pick three centre forwards, like
Yeah, I get what you mean.
a Van
Yeah.
Persie, a Ruben Nistelrooy, and like whatever you
And
want to
Rooney
put. You're
all
not gonna put them
together.
all on
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
pitch. Do you know what I mean? If they're your favourite players, you're not gonna put them all on the same pitch.
I could say
So
you
it's like
could play Henry and Kun and then Rooney behind them, like slightly behind them, because Rooney's better position was slightly
Could do
off.
that as well.
you could do that.
Because
You could do that.
Rooney wasn't good as up front. Rooney was always better off slightly
Rooney
behind the
was always a
striker.
10. Rooney
So
was
we
Yeah,
got
always a 10.
Actually,
we got
Rooney's best season was him playing just behind the striker.
so the only problem, the only issue we have is just where we either gonna put Ronaldo or Rooney in
Oh, yeah,
this
okay, so-
front three. So
Okay,
Kieran,
voted.
Ronaldo or Rooney?
Ronaldo.
Stewart, Ronaldo or Rooney?
Rooney.
Eggs, Ronaldo or Rooney?
Ronaldo.
Candice, Ronaldo or Rooney?
What? No, you go yours first.
I'm, I'm going with Rooney.
I think I must have. Oh, you're making me pick.
It's a bit crazy.
I'm game. Oh my god.
Ballon d'Or
Yeah.
winner, 80 million. Hey.
You know what? I
Bale
had,
was
I had,
86. Bro. You put Bale in your
I
team.
had Ronaldo before Kun. Damn it! I shouldn't have gone with Kun. I had Ronaldo before him. I would have Ronaldo, Rooney, and Henry. But since we're
I've got
now
Kun ahead
going,
of Rooney.
yeah. Since we're now going with Kun because you got Kun. So if you get Kun, then I'm gonna go Rooney.
You're gonna go, Rooney. So, that's not to say I will put up all your 11s. Don't worry, all your 11s will get broadcast, so you won't have to go. Just
Okay.
to finish it off, we're gonna finish it off with a manager, and I think it's unanimous. I don't think we need to speak about it.
Guardiola.
Oh, get out. How'd you remove?
No, it's obviously Etienne Dowie. I mean, there's no other
Yeah. What? I was going with Harry. Harry, it has to be Harry, guys. Come on.
No, Sir Alex Ferguson has to
Yeah,
be,
of
right?
course. It has to. Of course. Yeah. It has to be.
Everybody concur with that?
Yeah, but
Everybody's happy with
I wanna ask a question. Yeah, of course, everyone's definitely happy with that. I wanna ask a question though.
Go.
After Sir Alex, who's next?
Wenger.
Arsene Wenger.
So you guys, okay, wait. So you guys, before before I move on, before I give what the votes gave, what the poll gave, the percentages of each position. Can you guys back up?
Well, there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like and stay tuned for the next episode.